Okay, welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. Oh my God. It is 70 degrees out here at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? We went from wearing double layers to now wearing shorts and t-shirts. Okay? Unbelievable. But um, the good thing is, is that it's gonna help me get over my flu. Okay? It's gonna help me get over my flu. Hold on. Okay. Welcome to Cherie's weight loss challenge. Okay? It's now a challenge. The weight loss journey of 50 pounds was successful, right? But now the weight loss challenge is to lose those last 35 pounds that hangs on me like with a death grip. Okay? And I'm gonna tell you, it's hard for me to get rid of that. You know, I've been trying to visualize myself and envision myself, a lean, mean, bombshell machine. But, yeah, it's a simulation in the making. It's a simulation in the making. And, it's gonna be fun. No doubt. It's gonna be fun. So I'm on my way to work. See if they want me to still work for them. Me personally, I don't see why they would not want me to work for them. But, I might not be the best employee, but I know I'm not the worst employee. So, but it's up to them. It's their place. It's their job. Like I said, Amazon was there for me during the pandemic. There was no interview process required, and they just hired me. So just bring your documents, right? That's all I had to do, because I was not, the way that I was treated at my last job, I was not prepared at all to sell myself to anybody. It's like the way they drugged me and messed me over. You would have felt like you wasn't shit either. You would have felt like you was a burden, not an asset. So, yeah. Hopefully we're over that now. Hopefully they're over that now, society in general, right? All of these people that they invested in that they thought was so great. They were so great. And if those people that was great said, get rid of those people, we don't like their energy, and they got rid of those people without cause, right? And you could do that here in Texas. Here in Texas, it's an at-will state, right? They can fire you without cause. So anyway, even though, like I said, I love the fact that, I can put my 20 hours in, 2 days. Hey, don't put it past me to put it in somewhere else, okay? Multiple days, as long as it's closer to the house. All right? Wow. That traffic going north is is a jam. Ooh, yeah. Glad I'm not going that way, but that also means that there's more traffic diverting to go all the way around than sit up there in that congested traffic. So yeah, the world keeps on turning. Keeps on turning. Yeah. Making me think about Tina Turner's song, Rolling, Rolling on the River. Yeah. So, my thing is you don't have to coerce me, or intimidate me, or punish me, to make me act right. I'm one of those people. You treat me with some honey, yeah, you'll attract me then, right? And give me my flowers. Oh yeah, I'm on board, right? Hey, who doesn't like to be, well, I'm more motivated through incentives. And that was one of the reasons why, when I was involved in sales, I excelled. Okay? I excelled because the incentives, motivated me. It was like, ooh. What, it wasn't just a contest. Now, some people, they love the contest. Me, I love the rewards. I love the prizes. I didn't want to just know we were having a contest. I was like, what are you going to give us for in the contest? Then I was motivated, at least to some degree, to participate in competing. But generally, it's not about competition. It's always been about what I want. That's what it's been about for me. Now, I couldn't help but to think about, when I was 5 years old and decided to live a regular life. Okay? I did. I decided I was going to live a regular life because I was afraid that they would take control over my life and that I would not have my own life to live. And even though people with money and stuff like that and these jobs, they make it seem like they're living the best of life, right? Say you're a doctor or a scientist, right? What had happened to them? They always have to prove a cause, a disease to battle, an illness to cure, a scientific discovery to achieve, with a lot of restrictions, and they getting even to be more restricted because, back in the day, they used to be able to offer the criminals a lighter sentence if they participated in some of these scientific experiments. And a lot of them came out early as a result, right? They still don't know. We don't know the results of some of those experiments. They don't want you to know either, right? All of those monkeys they experimented on that's over there on that island, that they tell you, no, you cannot go to that island. Because, they experimented on a lot of monkeys, and they put those monkeys on that island, to test some of the chemical reactions over time. I cannot believe it's 70 degrees out here. I mean, I felt it getting warm yesterday evening, right? It started out okay. But even as I was laying there in the bed, it was like warming up. I went from wearing a comforter to try to go to sleep, and sweating, taking off the comforter, putting on a throw blanket, and then finally saying, let me just go get a sheet. Right? Even though in my mind, oh, it's too early just to be sleeping on a sheet with a sheet, right? But no, it was not too early. It was not. So I did get a couple of hours of sleep. I'm really gonna have to find out how come I'm not able to get my sleep. I mean, if I can't sleep at night, can I sleep during the day, or what's going on? What's going on? Because if I'm shifting over to, being a nighttime person, maybe I should get a nighttime shift. But I've been trying my hardest to become a daytime shift over the last I would say over the last 6 to 8 months, right? Because I was working a nighttime shift for a while there, and that was because I did not I didn't like the idea of having to go to bed alone. I didn't, but I'm over that idea. I'm over that idea. I am totally happy by myself. During that time, I was thinking, oh my gosh, somebody out there should want to help me. But I come to the understanding that, nah, these guys, they don't want to help you. They want you to be in a position to help them. And if you need help, you better pray to God. And if you got somebody around you, you remember when they was talking about, ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. And there was no person that came to save me, but Spirit. Spirit came and saved my ass. Spirit was like, it's not your time yet. Because, I'm quick to say, just take me now. Just take me now, right? My version of Sanford, right? Here I come, Louise. Here I come. But, yeah. And I still think they should have suicide centers where people can just, throw in the ghost. Yeah, let them throw in the ghost. Because, right now, we have a lot of people wanting to get out of America. They maybe have never even been outside of their own neighborhood. But some of them, they're like, you know what? I've been dealing with racism and, having people beat down on me and take me for granted and use and abuse me. Right? And they definitely was thinking I said use and abuse me till you use me up. No. Right? Because y'all don't get no pension plans. Y'all don't get no severance pay. The severance pay of 2 weeks is not a severance pay. You should get at least a week's pay for every year that you've been there. At least that's a minimum. If you're a poor company, if you're a rich company, then you should be able to give them more than that. You know, a month's pay for every year that they've, helped you become the successful, wealthy company that you become. But people aren't like that. No. They call you a fool. Oh, you just a fool. Yeah, you was my support all this time, but that was your fault. Like, what? My supporting you is now my fault? Right? Because this was their whole ploy that they used. You help lift them up, and they'll bring you along. So you help lift them up, and you keep waiting for them to turn around and give you a lift up. But they don't never turn around and lift you up. If they do turn around, they be like, hey, you still alive down there? Good luck. And then they go on about their way. It's a sad, sad world we live in. Where people will, not honor their contracts. Because even if you do get a contract like that, it's like, how do you enforce it? Right? Because I know I talked to y'all about how, AT&T, just refuse, to be equitable. And when it was brought to the union was, definitely has showed me, well, there's just nothing that they could do about it. Nothing that they could do about it. They cannot force the company to cooperate. It's not like the union is the police or the government. And so many of them was afraid of losing their jobs that they were like, well, we're going to cooperate with the company and not with the employees. So then, a lot of the people at AT&T ended up losing their benefits. It was just they just lost them. Lost their job and their benefits. Hey, what's going on here? They must have some kind of event today, because there sure are a lot of people moving around on a Saturday. A lot of traffic. Maybe they got some kind of marathon going or something. So, yeah. Oh my God. And it's humid as F. It is so humid. So, yeah. And, I'm totally game, even if I go to work and they decide to let me go, to try to look for another job intensely, even though I'm going to have to look for another job anyway, because, they really don't have any extra time, to where I can make extra money at this time. I had looked, I was like, is there somewhere I can do some extra time? And there was no extra time available for at least a week. I was like, wow, it's like that. And it's like that. But like I said, it's during this transition, right? People already, they got their, they already bought their winter clothes. And so they feel like, well, we're going to have at least, 3 more months of cooler weather. I know I didn't anticipate that it was already going to jump right back into like warm weather, because I was like, oh my God, I hope my shorts still fit me. And they do. They still fit me. So that's what I have on today. Today I have on shorts and a t-shirt, a short sleeve t-shirt, and a sweat jacket over it, because I thought it was cooler. But dang, I didn't know it would be this warm, where I can feel myself perspiring. I'm not sweating, but I am perspiring. If they can show my heat aura, yeah, I have a heat aura going on right now. And I say my heat aura is about 2 feet beyond my actual body. Because I be burning up heat like crazy. So yeah, I've been staying away from, the negativity, because right now I can't afford no negativity. I can't afford it. I mean, when there was more nighttime than light, then, it was amusing to play in the dark. But, not during transitions. It's not so amusing. Now, once you get to a plateau or some type of stability, you can start playing around again. But when things are, when things are being shaken up, no. When things are being shaken up, the best thing to do is to stay low. Stay incognito. Okay? Incognito. And, it may be hard to stay incognito if you're an exotica, right? I love the fact that I came across this channel that was describing exoticas as, people that come across as being interracial, or even have, exotic features. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I may not come across as, the standard of beauty, but I do come across as exotica, right? Exotic, based off of their definition. And I used to always wonder why, people would look at me, differently. And some of them, they would just, lock in on my spirit. And I'm like, why are they locking in on my spirit? And why some people would have, like the evil eyes. Like, why you want to evil eye me? Why? What? I ain't did nothing to you, I ain't trying to compete with nobody, for a better position or anything like that, And it's like, wow, if I had knew this term when I was younger, yeah, and that's a term that, I wish my daughters would understand, because, they also, have, exotic beauty. It's not the standard of beauty, right? Because the standard of beauty usually falls, in the black arena and the white arena, because those are the two races that seem like, they claim the authority of what's beautiful in the world. And everybody in between, they can't define you, but then if the ones that fall in between start calling themselves exotic. Oh my God, can you imagine the jealousy that they would feel if we actually came out with people not black and not white basically calling themselves exotic. We're exotic. Yeah, I'm exotic. Because at some point, I know I was calling myself eccentric, right? I was like, I guess I'm kind of eccentric, right? Because I felt like I was unique. But exotic is so much better. And I think I was called exotic by a male or two. But I didn't quite accept it because I wanted to fit in. I wanted people to accept me. Damn, my tire, now the light went back on and it's flashing. That is not a good sign. Oh, shit. Thankfully, I do have a spare in the car. So if I come out at work and find out that my tire is flat, at least I have a spare and I can call AAA and have them come fix it. But the day before yesterday, the light went off. It just went off. There was no problem. I'm like, oh, my light went off. But and I didn't even go over not one train track. So I'm not sure why it went off. So, yeah. Maybe if it's still inflated enough for me to drive on. There is a QT on the next exit, and I'll go to that one and see if I could blow it up because I did not bring my air compressor with me. I didn't think I had a problem. So yeah. And I mean, the events and stuff that has happened in my life, I promise you, I really thought that, it would be just a matter that I would not even be in my home right now. I would be foreclosed upon and in the streets. But I know I wouldn't be quite in the streets once I reached 62. Once I had reached 62, I was like, I'm just gonna have to grab early retirement. That's it. But I didn't know that grabbing early retirement would put me in the same position as being on welfare. Meaning that yes, you can work, but if you work above and you're making more money than you would have made, than you're making above your retirement, then they'll deduct it out of your Social Security. And I'm like, that's crazy, right? I guess it's to discourage people, from taking early retirement. And I don't know why they want to discourage people. I don't know why, they want to find ways to manipulate people's lifestyle, as if they just want people to be broke. So, on Social Security, I can't make more than what I receive in Social Security, which was one of the reasons why, I was taking time off. Of course, my employer may not know that unless we have a very intelligent, analytical thinking operational manager. That would say, oh, okay, why does this person keep taking off? Why do they keep taking off? Right? And I'm like, yeah, I can't make more than I'm getting, on Social Security. And they should kind of know that, because the same would go for the same people who are on SSI. However, the people that are on SSI, some of them are getting like $33.50 a month. Right? They get a lot more than they get people, that work on than people that work on their retirement. And I don't believe it's based off of, your income. I think it's more based off of, cost of living. But they don't do that for people who are retiring. So yeah, I got me a banana and 3 eggs to snack on. I have blueberry Greek yogurt, 2 of them, some protein cereal, some beans and beans and sausage for lunch, and then I have Aldi's protein drink. I seen this when I went into Aldi's, and I was like, this is interesting. Now, they may not have an appetite suppressant the way Atkins do. For some reason, I don't know if it's the fiber that Atkins put into the Atkins that makes it more filling. Because these, they seem like they lack, let me see if this one has fiber. They lack fiber. Most of these protein drinks and protein powders, they don't have fiber. Let me take a look. Yeah, it has less than 1 gram of fiber. So yeah, that could be it. But when you're trying to lose weight, if you can get fiber and it's satisfying your hunger, right? It's like a blessing. It's like a blessing. So tomorrow, after work tomorrow, I should have, I should be beginning a 8-week program to lose 20 pounds. Start out with small numbers, achievable in my mind, and including heavy weightlifting. I did not do any lightweight exercises this morning. I decided to utilize whatever energy that I have directly at the job if they let me work. If they don't let me work, then I'm going to go home and I'm going to start doing my exercises. Yep. So, I can't believe that I bought this this new backpack and it's already starting to tear. I be just stuffing it, I be stuffing things that, that don't fit, right? But where it's starting to tear at is right here by the label. Right up here by the handle. So I guess, you're not supposed to put nothing but lightweight, paper or something in here. Well, that's what it seems like. But that's not what I bought it for. I bought it for work. And, some people, I don't know how they do it. They can go to work. They don't have nothing in their hands. I don't know how they do it. But they seem like they're able to, go to work and manage without a backpack. I guess it just depends on how long you got to stay at work. Now, honestly, that was one of the things that I was thinking about, like say I was eating carbs. If I was eating carbs, I believe my staple would probably be wraps, right? But because I'm not eating carbs, I'm not eating wraps. Now, there are some restaurants that I believe it's In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A where, they're using lettuce to wrap up, certain things on the menu, right? And that's something that I could start trying out too, is buying some, leafy lettuce and using the lettuce as a wrap. I might even stop off at the store and get me some of that. Because, yeah, that would make my life so much easier. As you can hear, I'm still getting rid of the mucus. I have 2 days of medication left, today and tomorrow. So, but I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not feeling weak and under the weather. So, I still have the cough and stuff. And I do get, the congestion. One of the things I want to go and check out also to see if they still have, my container foods in the refrigerator, because I left them there thinking that I would be back on Sunday. But Sunday I was knocked on my ass on Sunday. And the thought of even going to try to work made me feel like, you're contagious for sure. And But like I said, I got a message in the mail that said, your doctor said, that you should be required to come back to work on the 4th. And then I went and checked to see if they had reduced, my unpaid time. That's still there. So I was like, well, maybe I didn't lose my job, because they should have reduced it. And that probably, that probably was a decision. If I was to say anything, if they had talked to my manager and they had said, oh, one of your employees, Sharia Moore, took off sick today, and, it's your call whether or not you want to get rid of her. I guess she was like, no, I don't want to get rid of her. She only works the weekends. She's just a part-timer. Because you best believe, a lot of people are losing their jobs during this restructuring, for sure. I can tell that I am not the only person having tire problems. This guy in front of me, he's out there looking at his tire right now. He's got his phone light on, and he's inspecting his tire. And I guess he might have had a flat earlier today, because it looks like he's got on a spare tire. So he might be, he might have had problems with his tire. So yeah, this is like 40 minutes of recording. And I'm going to tell you that sometimes these stressors, if I still had my sugar addiction, yeah, I would have ran straight to, I would have ran straight to, my sugar addiction to pamper my feelings. For real, for real. Oh, and I was watching, hair care last night. And I'm gonna start doing a little bit better hair care, especially since it seems like, they've been doing more categorizing so that we can understand, how to specifically take care of the type of hair that we have. And I have fine, low density hair, and I think it's category 4B, because it's based off of the coils. So I think, my natural hair, it has some coils. But it's weird because close to the scalp, my hair is more of a 3C, I think. It's more of a 3C, and then towards the ends is where it's a 4C. So the ends are like little coils, but then the top part is kind of wavy. Now, I was watching, and it said the reason why that could be is because my fine hair, right, could be oily. So, I grew up in an era where, we didn't wash our hair properly. We just didn't. We didn't have the common sense to know. All we thought was is we could wash it the same way we wash clothes in the washing machine. But that's not what you do. That is not what you do. What you do is, you try not to mess your hair up, and you must realize that when your hair is wet, you know, there's a chance that, you know, it's more fragile when it's wet. Uh, and that's something that, I'm going to have to be very conscientious of, for sure. For sure. Um, they did say that, they have treatments nowadays that will help you grow more hair. I was watching one video where they were showing that this woman was getting injections into her scalp, to help her to regrow her hair. It was like her hairline had receded back so far. And so she went and got injections, and it started growing hair where her hair had fallen off. I don't know if that's the same as alopecia. I don't know. But they say that, it's based off of the hair follicles, diet, age, hormones, stress level. And I'm like, well, I'm always anxious. That's probably my problem. But I got health problems now that I'm older. So yeah. So I was kind of wishing that, the stuff that I had bought, would arrive earlier, but they shouldn't be coming for at least another 4 or 5 days. So, and it's weird that even though I know it's going to be 4 or 5 days before they show up, I just keep hoping every day. Are they going to show up today? Are they going to show up today? And I kept looking at outside the front door to see if I had any packages, because is that anxious or what? Yeah, it is. So yeah, now I got to go into this building and see what's going on. Am I anxious to know whether or not I still have a job? Yeah. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you still be anxious? Because technically, they might have not did anything because I didn't show up. Because if I don't show up, I guess I just come across as a person who just quit. But if I show up, then it's like, yeah, now we can proceed, with firing her ass. And it's just like, well, I can't hate you, Amazon. I can't. Thank you. Thank you for the time. Because if it wasn't for Amazon during 2021, I would probably be out in the streets. And I always remember Amazon for that. What I didn't like is after I got with Amazon and I started seeing, you know, the way that they was mistreating the females in there. And then my daughter, she was also telling me how they was mistreating her, you know, and I was like, well, why would they do that, you know? But when I was growing up, I don't know, it seemed like they were inviting women to come into the workplace. You know, the type of men that I grew up with, you know, they were happy to have women at work because that meant they had more disposable income in their pockets that before they would have had to give to, you know, their woman who wasn't working, right? And men think that they want to go back to that, but it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be nice because these men aren't making enough money to take care of themselves, much less take care of another person adequately, you know? And to think that, you know, they can, you know, just, you know, house a woman the same way that they would a slave, that's a bad, bad, bad thought. You know, it's really a bad thought that, you know, you want somebody to be happy to live with you, and all you providing them is with the cheapest of clothes, the cheapest of food, and a small portion of the bed. What? Why wouldn't they want to get their own job? Anyway, thank you for letting me rant, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.